The patterns that we're looking at are patterns of human behavior. And what we've tried to do is focus you on the behaviors that characterize many IT projects, that characterize the way teams interact together, the way individuals perform on teams, and the way that organizations respond to the kinds of complications that a typical project entails. Why a book on patterns? The human brain is a very good pattern recognizer. But when you recognize a pattern, say an argument you're having with your spouse or your teenage child that you've had before, an argument that's familiar to you from the past, it goes into your hunch database. So you get a hunch the next time the same argument shows up or a similar argument shows up, and the hunch says to you, ooh, I seem to remember this ends badly, and be afraid because this argument is going no place good. Well, that's handy, but it's not very useful. What would be much more useful is you could elevate it from your hunch database, from your subconscious mind, up into your conscious mind. And we humans do that through something called abstraction. We give it a name, we begin to know its characteristics, we look at the things that result from the pattern, we try to see ways that we can forestall the pattern if it's a bad one, or that we can encourage the pattern if it's a good one. And most of all, we can begin to share those ideas with other people who are familiar with the pattern, or who need to be familiar with the pattern. We have isolated from our IT work with projects in 25 different countries over the course of 30-some years, we've isolated 88 patterns of project behavior. We've given each one a name, I hope a snappy name that you'll remember. I've written a little essay about it to tell you about how the pattern proceeds, how to recognize it, what to do about it, whether it's good or bad. Some are good. Some of them are very good, in fact. They are the things that help you be the good company that you can be. Others are not so good. They're destructive. They lead to frustration. They cause projects to roil, to not be able to address the real problems. We've put these 88 together, and some of them will be very familiar to you. You will look at them and say, aha, that is something that's happening in my company. Others will just seem strange. That means they're not happening in your company. Even though they're familiar in the IT world, they're just not familiar to you. So you need to be on the lookout for them, but it's the ones that are applicable to your company that are most interesting to you. If we've succeeded, I hope we've put together a book with sufficient insight so you go back to it again and again, that you'll find it enjoyable, and most of all, you'll write back to me and tell me what your response is. The name of the book is Adrenaline Junkies and Template Zombies: Understanding Patterns of Project Behavior. We've taken the name from 2 of the 88 patterns, adrenaline junkies. Well, you know something about that. You've seen people who are unable to function except in crisis. And you know that those people are making themselves comfortable in one way, but making the project very uncomfortable. And you've also seen template zombies, people who believe that even the most complicated project can be just an exercise in filling in forms, and if the project is not a success, it just means we need more and better forms, and we have to fill them in more carefully. That, too, is a destructive pattern. It's one that has people proceed with their mind in the off position and leads to the familiar results that we know happen when people have their minds too long in the off position. Adrenaline Junkies and Template Zombies. I hope you'll read it. I hope you find it valuable, and I hope you'll write back to me and let me know what you think. Thank you.